Welcome everyone to today's after work Unix, Linux, RISC gathering here live on this IT channel, and today's pro tip: how to create an unhackable, quotes, your mileage may vary, company business IT setup by simply don't use over complex and security vulnerability laden x86 systems. Just use fancy good old-fashioned RISC workstations. They are so alien, hackers will not even know about them and have no shellcode to exploit them. And obviously no Windows, but business, enterprise ready Linux, like ours, T2, right? Recurring theme here: which Linux distribution do we use? We use our own T2 system development environment. I got the thumbblade out again. Recurring viewers might know that I actually wanted to debug because bugs in the Linux kernel. Today is the first time I got the system booted with all the 8 gigs of memory I have in there, which also is the max. And so there are bugs in the Linux kernel that this system triggers. I wanted to debug that, but with some config kernel debug options and page allocation debug enabled, this bug disappears. Yay! So I will probably procrastinate this for another day. That is good for me for today. I don't appreciate debugging Linus Torvalds memory management bugs anyway. So because I never was sure, since I got the system 3 years ago, are there hardware issues that the Linux kernel oopses with all the 8 gigs of memory installed, or software? But it turns out it's probably software. So I have this already running for some hours, so maybe I should have live streamed it. So I YOLO'd a little bit around there on our Discord in the SPARC channel. You will find some notes there of the kernel outputs. So obviously, I mean, it's hilarious, right? Like, you have 4 gigs in there, it boots. You have 8 gigs in there, it oopses. So yeah, whatever. So yeah, the Linux kernel oops somewhere after like around here or so, somewhere here. Otherwise, so it's like, we will debug that someday. For now, I just built my kernel with build your kernel with debugging and page allocation enabled, and be able to boot with 8 gigs. Certainly sucks. Like, why do I not debug this now? I spent already probably over an hour, maybe 2, on this stuff. On the plus side, so we also want to get some stuff done, right? So like, I wanted to collect some performance, recollect some, oh no, system ID. That's interesting. Blade runner. To finish the sentence, there is always some win-win. I finally set up network booting for the SPARC system. Historically, this sucked a little bit with Zilo and Tilo and who knows what. Been there, done that 15 years ago, somewhere, quirky, YOLO. No, finally, I network booted that with grub2, because I finally set this up because I wanted to boot the system like Linux kernel, early memory initialization stuff. We will, shellac subscribe, right, Patreon. Subscribe, not to miss that. We will probably debug that later this winter, probably on a snowy day, but not today. I have a Linux distribution to release that is good enough. Like 2 hours a day keeps bugs at least somewhat narrowed down. Why does it say no system ID? Let's quickly do that. So of course we do some stuff. I also delete this. No. Package GCC. So we still have some stuff to do. So yeah, win-win for today. I am finally set up because ideally I need a network booting infrastructure. So I need to automatically switch all the systems on, SJ Octane, Sun, UltraSPARC, Blade and stuff, to be like, the vision is, I mean, not only the best Linux distribution as seen daily, but also automating the heck out of it, testing the heck out of it, using the heck out of it. So ideally I want to plug in a system and just network boot any obscure thing from ARM to RISC-V, obviously, Sun and stuff. So today, finally, Sun works fantastically, much easier than I thought. Like, who knows what I need to YOLO around with grub2, but actually, for a change, that was actually mighty easy and works a treat. So hotfix, range stuff. Let's rebuild SPARC 64. Not sure if we will. I mean, yeah, we can probably pre-test that. I want to. Obviously, we are way overdue with the best Linux distribution. We need to get it out there because we are the only ones who maintains i64 and debugs all the other issues on SPARC and stuff, SCSI, Fiber Channel, you name it, or 8 gigs of booting a Sunblade, booting a Sun for you with 8 gigs of memory. So let's rebuild all of this because I want to see if more optimization breaks it, because LTO, theoretically LTO also breaks in SPARC, like basically everything exotic, right? How to create an unhackable system, high performance, RISC stuff, and Linux, preferably ours, because otherwise it probably doesn't work well enough. And so yeah, let's build that on the Ryzen. Let's see, what is that? That is, why does it not, let's see, what am I doing here, or new collect. So that is live on a dual processor, 8 gigs of memory, like nearly highest tier, good old fashioned Sun. There were only very few higher tier, for example, Sun Ultra 45. Although I don't know, I believe Sun Ultra 5 is Sun 3i, right? So that is Sun 3 Plus. I'm not sure if a Sun Ultra 4, if you have a Sun Ultra 4 or stuff, leave in the comments below. I could of course theoretically check the spec benchmark values of back in the day. But yeah, maybe a Sun Ultra 45 is not even that much faster. So that is a Sunblade 1000 with unofficially not supported dual processor upgrade because it's 1.2 gigahertz. It's theoretically only supported in Sunblade 2000, but they have the same system board. So allegedly, apparently it works. So yeah, nearly the highest end Sun desktop workstation you could get, and then of course the higher end Niagara Falls Sun T 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 M or so, M8 or 9 or whatever stuff. What did we wanted to check what's going on here. So yeah, that is live from here. Why is this empty? What do we do there? Grab models. So somewhere there is not grab model. Interesting. What do we got there? Model. Is there really not a model was there? So I mostly probably tested that on PowerPC. Let's see, hardware. Also, do we build something? Desktop. Sun. What is Ultra 5? Do they not have a model here? Oh, okay, maybe it's really the first time that I run that on SPARC, my new performance index scripting stuff. So, really don't have a model in there? Apparently not, huh? Also, yeah, Linux kernel, each architecture, its own quirks and features. It is what it is. Cheers. Grab your. What? Let's check if let's see if my chaga is still hot on the. I debugged so long, I rebuilt and network booted so long my Canadian chaga is already cold. Okay, neo fetch they, what do they compile? Okay, they have Sun W501, that's of course, but maybe Sun stuff does not even have nicer. Where would that come out of firmware device tree? What is the name? Well, there's a nice name. That is nice as a model. Okay, probably I'd probably serve. Oh, that is a. Can you still develop software on a high-end RISC workstation in 2023? Of course you can, especially if you only need VI. Maybe we should, so what was it? This was this firmware device tree. Should we trigger? You know what? Maybe we should actually build Emacs. To trigger some people. Where do we have here grabbing and stuff? Get system. What did I write here? I have here get system there. Okay, we have here that if 0 then machine. Okay, you know what? We could like if that is still 0 here. So everyone knew that I'm typing live on, like, I'm typing live, like, it's a real thing, right? Live from high-end RISC workstations that we love and so on. So this, so probably let's, why did this not copy and paste, or is it native? Yeah, what was it? All right, probably. This was name or model. Don't tell me this is some, yeah, this is some native. I hate native. Yeah. I need to one day, you know what, probably, I so hate native. I tried already, I read the freaking manual, I tried already disable the mouse auto, whatever stuff. Probably I need to. Don't tell me this doesn't terminate here. Does it even freaking build? Does it terminate or does it? Build, SPARC. But sometimes the stuff really optimizes forever. No, it still builds something. So it just optimizes the heck out of it. Good. Yeah, I really hate native mouse support most of the time. This is ridiculous. So let's do it the quirky way. If life gives you a native mate, if life gives you native mouse support, just echo cat and stuff. So then this, alright, we can't, okay, we can, so we can't directly source it, we might not have the file, so cat this. This was name, because the name is nicer. If it's still, you know what, we can actually native copy that here. And if it's still empty, try the model. And if it's still empty, try that. And so I guess, so that should, I should use Control R. Oh, come, where is it? Oops. Substitution 33. What have I done here? What? Collect PI 33 running command substitution ignoring null byte in input? There's a null byte in input? What? Where is a null byte in input? Probably don't tell me that came from native mouse support nonsense. Oh, come on. Don't make me type all this stuff again. Yeah, native mode. I don't know. I edited, like 20 years ago, I edited text files fine. Modern Unix shit, Linux nonsense. Like, thank you very much for all the modern nonsense that each year only decreases my quality of life. Can't make this stuff up that I need to type this just because some escaped shit in there. You know what? NVI would probably have displayed this. Oh, come on. What the heck? How is there still some null point in there? (2023), you need to type everything just because there's some complexes there. This firmware, not even worth it. Device tree. Is it base? Is it really base? Base, no. Why is this base? Nah, nonsense. Don't tell me that still has strange bytes in there. What the heck? Ah, maybe this file has a... oops. You know what? This stuff has interesting. There is a 0 coming from. Okay, I blamed otherwise stuff for nothing. Okay, I mean, I could. You know what? For now, I ignore it. I mean, we could SED. We could SED that away. I mean, you know what? We could. You know what? Okay. Could probably SED that. Let's see, SED substitute 0? Or would SED even read that? What would SED do with that? You know what, my mini SED would ignore it because actually, so my mini SED, that's actually interesting. Because I believe the mini SED that was decades ago, the GNU SED that I took over from Eric S. Raymond, because obviously who else would maintain that? I think that is using internally simply 0 terminated strings like you would do in C. Interesting. I mean, maybe is an empty substitution valid? Character 0, no previous, what? No, that interesting problems are. Okay, you know what? We could simply ignore that for now. Oh wait, is this Sunblade? Should this not be Sunblade 1000? Maybe this escape stuff does, so maybe the escape stuff does. Okay, we could, but it's still complained about that, right? Yeah. I have a frog in my... Swallowed a frog here. It's actually a funny problem. So somehow this SED is not. How would we? You know what? Maybe we could. I mean, we could resort to TR. Basically try and run them. I never had this issue. Like delete. But this is a line, or 36. Ah, no, it's, wait, name, what? TR delete. So the problem with this native mouse support is now I can't copy and paste it and like run it here, right? This is so silly. Please someone send me a patch to disable this native mouse support nonsense. Extra operand. Okay. Okay, I thought it directly supports it, but whatever. The question is, how does it error out if this file doesn't exist? Bash, no such file. But cat errors out anyway, so... So, okay, the others I had hidden there. TR, delete. This is ridiculous. The question is with this, even with this redirection, sometimes does it work there or... Okay, this works. Wonderful. So much fancy glue for this. Wait, we had name and model. Ah, darn. And we don't have a CPU in the ID here now. We probably want the local CPU. We have here model. Okay, we don't have a model here. So let's add here some grep CPU head. Let's see what we get then. Okay, so in the meantime LVM terminated, and what we will do next, by the way, I have a fancy, I upgraded in the meantime, so this is a really fancy, like it's absolutely crazy that nowadays, like not only can you create an unhackable company setup, IT infrastructure, like unhackable IT infrastructure 2023, just about x86, and use fancy RISC systems. It's absolutely crazy that nowadays you can just get those machines, if you're lucky, for some $100 off of some used goods internet sites. And that would, of course, so that is a high, and this is the highest end SKU that you could get at the time around of the year 2000, whatever. I mean, imagine how absolutely amazing this would have been. Like this would be like an epic or threadripper workstation these days, right? Dual processor, dual 1.2 gigahertz, probably ECC memory, I guess. 8 gigs of freaking memory, right? Until today, I could only use 4 gigs. Now with my debug enable kernel config where it boots. I will debug that another day, right? Just share, like, subscribe enough, Patreon. I will actually debug what's going on in them, like, but I have other stuff to do, right? Like improving our performance index collection script. So my main purpose of this was actually I wanted to test. I mean, not only I wanted to do two things today, right? Everything is according to the plan here. I don't do two random things. I wanted to do two things. One thing, I wanted to finally verify what is going on with Linux kernel memory allocation stuff that I could work around quickly with. I didn't expect it to go away with config debug page alloc stuff, right? But it works for now. I take it for now. The other thing I actually wanted to verify for finally releasing the absolutely killer release of our Linux distribution, IA64, PA RISC, Ultra SPARC, 1 year of daily making stuff more amazing. And I wanted to test if highly optimized SPARC binaries work now, or if they still randomly segmentation fault, or else we need to debug in the compiler. So I basically now wait that I have to specify. I should check if I actually built what I wanted. So I just bridge here the time of smartest debug 0 pi SSP. Pi SSP probably. Oh wait, why is LTO on? Shit. Why is LTO on? Who turned LTO on? Let's quickly disable that. Probably, so we still build the bootstrap stuff. That should. Who turned LTO on here? Or did I yesterday? Because actually I wondered why the optimization wasn't smartest. Maybe I the other day enabled the wrong. And that's also why I grouped that here, right? Not like people were triggering me with like automation leads to errors. Like no, obviously not. I'm doing it human typos every day and misremembering stuff results to bugs. Where is my SPARC 64? So LTO 0, smart or smartest. Yeah, not sure what I had done there previously. But yeah, luckily we catch that last minute before we started the bootstrap stuff. So does it, so CPU is first. Alright, do we SED the, and again, for those who tune in, this is live from a dual processor highest end Sun SPARC station with Sunlight 1000. What do we SED away here? So we SED all the stuff, so that is still... Yeah, we actually could do that. You know what, we could do that in one SED, to be fair. I probably didn't SED that. Usually I do all as much as possible in one Unix command thing. Like SED, stream editor, regular expression. But because doing tail is tricky, I mean, it's not impossible. I mean, SED is Turing complete. So we could program an SED, but I mean, we could always save that to hold space and at the end, like last time. But like, yeah, why do it tricky? Doing the first match in SED is much more simple, like match, substitute stuff and quit or whatever. But I guess for uniformity, I keep it here. Do we have 0 frames and stuff? Good, amazing. So let's see if that yields a nice... No, it doesn't. This somehow doesn't match. We have some comments. Let's quickly check those. There, welcome everyone. Still attached at the hip to Gentoo for the better part of 20 years. Happy to hear that. That said, you're sharing the work on T2 is... What? Ah, thank you for sharing. Yeah, welcome. I hope you enjoy this, learn something. If it's just for the entertainment, co-working, learning some new tricks. And as always, if you if you can read the freaking Vim manual and post me the Vim, yes, I tried mouse or whatnot. I need the Vim configuration to disable the freaking native mouse support. Rushing to see complete open source methodology end to end. Encourage to give it a try. Happy to hear that. And by the way, I tested Debian. I said this some other live stream, right? Usually I don't use other Linux distributions, but I've written Debian to one of those disks. I even, the first time ever recently used NetBSD and OpenBSD because I wanted to boot them, and because I wasn't sure, is that a hardware issue with the DIMM slots, with whatnot, and I literally tested Net and OpenBSD and both boot on this, fortunately. But Debian oops the same way as T2, so much to, yeah, it's obviously a generic kernel bug with page allocation, whatever it's going. I will debug that soon. Shall I subscribe and stuff. So what's going on here? All right, we wanted to, here's some... If 0, then grab CPU. Why does this not? Or is it, maybe it is tab delimited there? Does this seriously not grab CPU? Ah, cool, it's probably... So I had here space. Okay, we don't need a space there basically. If it's probably tab then. No. I probably grabbed that wrong. Does this not have dash T? Okay, fine, it basically also doesn't matter. So this, yeah, this doesn't help us. And we could hex dump that. And so CPU 99, so yeah, that are tabs. Not sure why. Why does grep not grok that? Whatever. Fine, then we could press tab here. That should work. I have a tab in there now. That should probably work. But I wouldn't ship it really like that. Then let's just, not only this is misleading, this is like, you don't, so, because you don't see the space of the tab, this is really tricky. But yeah, basically, okay, fine, it doesn't matter. The first CPU image, it's probably fine. So, from no ID to sun w, sunblade 1000, HT ultra SPARC 3 plus cheetah plus, it probably should be fine. So yeah, let's us run. We could start rsyncing this stuff soon. What do I have in vg0 root? I believe that's maybe mostly empty. Because okay, this is still empty. That is vg0. So then let's rsync the new system here. Rsync rvt. Oh no, that we don't need anymore. Yeah, I should have cooler DNS names for build servers, but today I don't. SPARC 6432 default stuff, that probably should be fine. Exclude tool chain, one file system, no loopback mounts. Probably xrvdt, what does it say? Prefix. If your remote file, dear, prefix it with a colon. What? What the heck? Oh, I had this twice. Yep, this is a brand new fiber channel drive. Because one of the drives was failing anyway, the other was starting to click, so it's a pretty good and fast fiber channel drive. I have 2 disks in there right now. Maybe I should format the first partially failing disk. I probably should format it maybe. But today it so far actually behaves. Okay, so this built something. This built already Lua. So much to, oops. Hello? What do we do wrong? So that is tmax default. Why does this not scroll? What the heck? Not escape. So Lua built in actually 46 seconds. What did I have here previously? Okay, I did not even document that. So I wanted to rebuild that. I started to collect performance indexes. I will also greatly expand this, like now that we have everything working, including Titanium, and 8 gigs in the system. Oh wait, this is the wrong system. Why do I look at, wait, it's also the wrong system. Did I even, here. Bash formatted something, so it's probably, this is probably the system. Which GCC? So it's not the latest system, that's the previous, so it's probably the performance index from that running system, right? 10.2. LTO is usually not working. Why do I have that enabled? LTO is also off. LTO smart. Maybe I copy and pasted that wrong. And actually this probably needs to be no LTO. Probably, I guess. So let's see. So EEVDF scheduler also helped a little bit. It's absolutely amazing how much more performance a EEVDF Linux scheduler is even on those vintage RISC systems. Okay, this is rsync. So basically we need to only wait a little bit. We mostly wait a little bit because we epic thread rip that on my last x86 system here, migrating to RISC systems. And unfortunately the performance obviously still a bit higher. And yeah, just some minutes, and then, because what I need to test is GCC is usually segmentation faulting on SPARC. SPARC GCC optimizations is obviously a little bit incomplete and fragile. Okay, this script actually probably will try to build bin utils. I guess whatever. Let's already commit that. Oh, also wrong directory. Fixed for SPARC systems. Let me just enter a password. Should have probably saved it. So, thanks for asking. I'm doing fine. This is live. Questions there, is this live or pre-recorded? This is live, of course. I don't have time for pre-recording. Basically, I stream this live because I would want to tinker with it anyway, right? Developing our Linux distribution. If you're wondering, like, if I would pre-record this, which probably I should do for more successful videos, yeah, maybe I should try that. Obviously, I will also. You probably want to share, like, subscribe if you're new to this channel. Not only share, like, subscribe, Patreon, also YouTube membership to help support, fund all this work. But I have a more main channel there where I have more pre-edited videos. So I have the video probably about the Sun Ultra 5 and Sun Ultra 30. I also soon, the next months, will pre-record more videos, like a system presentation of the Sunblade 1000, I have a couple of other systems that I have not yet made a proper system presentation video. So if you're more into 10 to 20 minute pre-recorded videos, more main channel there. Channel stuff. So bin utils, so yeah, shell, okay, this is unfortunately slower. 522, it should be the same system. That is crazy. Why is it slower now? This is a debug kernel, so much to use a debug kernel. Maybe a debug kernel is simply slower. That is, I don't know what the page allocation stuff is doing. So yeah, so much to that, have 8 gigs in there. So I don't need to build bin utils, so that is what I wanted to test. I was also not sure whether I looked at the system diagram in the Sun manual, Sun service manual, there's a system diagram. I was hoping that maybe it is faster with all memory models in there, but it isn't. So yeah, this is measuring tolerance here, right? 1 gig a second here, RAID 6, in 64 by 2, 1 gig here, for example. And yeah, this was my main motivation. I was hoping, like, maybe second memory channel on the second CPU. Yeah, I need to study that more. Apparently not, according to this. But yeah, it's majorly slower though, building stuff. This might actually be, I mean, it could also be other regressions, right? So much to testing each kernel. So that is 6.5 recently, and yeah, 4. So that was bash. Yeah. So much to that. And that's also why, even for myself, I compile here this performance indexes to actually have an overview what was expected performance. Because if I wouldn't document it, I would not have a reference even for myself to check what is currently the performance. So either it's a 6.6 performance regression, but more likely it is running a kernel with some debug stuff, which, no surprise, could be slower. Yeah, this stuff also builds forever. Thank you very much. Let's sync some more stuff already. So we need to wait a little bit until we have, so did we do everything? Yeah, I mean, we could theoretically start, obviously, to guru meditate more about the memory, like Linux memory management page, zone, whatever. Crash there, OEM claim, builds a while. It is possible that I used another system. Do I have here some new thing? No, I don't instantly. Did I build this in? I mean, it is also possible that previously I had an LTO enabled for a test. Did I change that? I mean, we could actually, while we wait, we could actually test it. And maybe I really had LTO on for a test. Let's test that maybe with, I mean, rebuilding bash and then it's buggy. Maybe not the best idea. So we have pi off. You know, we have enough memory. Let's not limit that. Also, is this a new enough installation for T2 for LTO to work? 20. Maybe it would work. Let's test that with Lure, just for the fun of it. Okay, more stuff built. So Clang, we need, not sure, did we build bash yet? So this is cross-compiling here. GCC. Okay, I know we don't have, this is the wrong GCC. Yeah, we only need to wait a little bit. This is Epic thread working through that relatively fast, so. Oh, you also want to see something, right? So more comments. No, I have context menu. Always attack vector, just harder to execute. For example, side channel attacks for the RISC-V. Thankfully, this RISC-V do not have speculation out of order execution, so maybe not side channel. It's not like this complex modern speculative out of order execution. Rubbish. It's good old fancy in order, but super scalar. Question there. Am I French? Where do you live in France? Been trying to debug T4-2 SPARC server facing internal error out of memory, forcing power down and trying to power it on via serial output. What do you think that might be? I have no idea. I actually auctioned recently a really cheap T4-1 that works perfectly. So when do you get, so you're saying you cannot boot anything? Does it, this happens already when you boot up the lights out management or internal error out of memory forcing power down and trying to power it on via the serial console output? Or is it forcing power down? What operating system is that? Or is it in, maybe there, if this happens before the operating system, maybe there is something corrupt or otherwise hardware defect. Okay, so Rust stuff, so that stuff is building. Hey, we built Lua, does it work? Oh, we LTO optimized Lua, and it doesn't segmentation fault. Amazing. Let's see how fast does it build. Also, this builds slower, so yeah, LTO and stuff, so that is slower, so yeah. Okay, maybe the debug kernel is really slower, which, I mean, yeah, no surprise. I mean, not that much config changed, right? Ah, shit, I deleted that already. We could, however, check. Let's SPARC 6432. So this will, of course, not build. I'm just interested in. So this will error out soon. Why is this building so freaking slow? So comment there, I'm not receiving anything via serial console until I press the power button. There is no OS installed yet, could be because ship damage. Oracle documentation doesn't seem to cover this issue. So what do you mean you don't have? Not sure, server does look damaged. So what do you mean with it does look damaged? I'm not sure if I have something on the serial console before I power it on, or is there a... But I mean, so where do you, so you get that on the serial console when you power it on? I mean, maybe there's really something damaged, or at least the flash corrupted, maybe a firmware update gone wrong. Why does this build so long? Oh wow, this builds, or maybe this even builds mostly okay, because we have a cross-compile already. But I believe I didn't have anything in the dmask, right? Do we have here any, oops, bug on? No. So it's not like the debug kernel would output here something of, hey, that's broken. If def config debug. Oh, it's debug kernel, config debug kernel. Config debug kernel. Okay, maybe that is only for enabling other stuff. Maybe that alone doesn't change the code then? Rust. How long did this build? 5 minutes. So page log here. How much debug code is that? Yeah. Can that be that much overhead? It's absolutely crazy that this bug goes away. Okay, fine. We will debug this winter. Shall I subscribe? Boots for now. It's of course sad that this decreased our performance, but it is what it is. So we need GCC, so we should be soon getting there, because GCC was mostly failing. Okay, so now we approach, we need bash, we need, okay, bin utils. We rsync this stuff already. Do we have btop? No, I don't have btop. You know what, okay, let's build btop while we wait for that. Well, truly, oh wait, why is there cups in there? But yeah, theoretically, a bug-free CPU and bug-free operating system would be unhackable, right? Just that we don't have perfect code. That is a problem in computer science. So comment there, believe supports to be able to see ILOM or something prior to pouring it on. I need to, how was it? If I plug it, I mean, ironically, it's standing behind me, I believe. Yeah, my T4, it's, I mean, ironically, it's just 1 meter away, but I'm not feeling, I think I don't even have a power outlet free below my desk right now. So yeah, but in general, it's like, I don't really remember if there was serial output before. I only remember this ILOM posts really long. How was it? Does it really come up when you plug it? I don't remember if the ILOM boots if you plug it in already. Maybe it does, but it takes really long. It's, by the way, was it an ARM or MIPS? It's of course ironic that the modern Sun ILOM is Linux based, right? ARM or MIPS, and that is slow and boots too long, minutes, yeah. But I mean, if this errors out, maybe firmware update gone wrong, or other corrupted flash, or other hardware defects. So GCC source, we should be able to test that soon, hopefully. And what else do we have? Did I even build that already? I wanted, wait, I didn't even build that yet. Let's see. So C++, I should have built that for both. Still no update. Is it feature complete? Oh, 1 hour ago. Am I here? Rock M? What? So they migrate GPU support? No, they want to. Interesting. Sounds like they also abandon. Do they abandon their make files? Sounds like a major. Oh no, they still have a properly invoked CMake build. Okay, they. So much to good old-fashioned make files, huh? Or do they only, or do they build their own stuff with make and the other stuff is, okay, whatever. I hope I built this with J2. J2, yeah. Oh, something failed. Cool. Oh, cool. That failed already. So much to optimize it more. Please submit a full bug report. So that's basically what I wanted to test. So that indeed fails. Cool. Do I build with, not that this is a AMD, like, did I mention stable RISC systems? As we discovered, AMD errata 1485 or so. I need to check another second. This is a segmentation fault, not a, what was the other thing? Illegal instruction? Illegal instruction. Okay, this indeed fails. Config. Good that we double checked that before release. Then the question is, does smart work? What did I previously build here? Smarter ICEs. Okay, we had apparently smarter icing. Smart or smartest? Okay, then I don't need to further wait for the rsync if this, but we will still wait a bit. And we will check if, I hope that is enough, and not that the previous GCC cross-compiler is miscompiled. But yeah, previous video, it's also hilarious, right? One day we debug glibc breakage in IBM S390 mainframe, then previously GCC breaking for floating point optimization that affected PowerPC. I mean, each day it's so many crazy, I mean, it's absolutely mind-blowing how many bugs we find, right? Even in AMD CPUs, previously AMD errata 1485 or so, spurious, speculative, invalid opcode instructions, exceptions, glibc, GCC, so like, yeah, SPARC, no surprise there. SPARC always somehow was the most fragile. I mean, yeah, who cares about SPARC? Except a few remaining YouTubers here. Itanium does it. It's, yeah, C++ really builds forever, or 3 minutes something. Thank you very much. Yeah, compiling C++ code certainly good. But that is an old installation. That is not really the benchmark. I'm surprised it compiled that long. Let's see if that... So we have here smart or smarter. Let's see if that works then. Because also people are so interested in our increasingly amazing Linux distribution that I seriously got a bug report for I used your SPARC release from some month ago. Thank you very much. It is amazing. The only thing is it's so amazing fast and so on. And just GCC. If I compile some native code GCC segmentation faults or stuff. Okay, 4 minutes is really freaking long. By the way, do I run with CPU frequency scaling? Maybe not. You know what? The performance could also differ. I booted a kernel where I don't have the local modules. What we just... Also, yeah, previously we bisected the heck out of fiber channel support, right? Which CPU frequency? But it would only probably run it. Does it run on a base frequency or? And that would explain a thing. Okay, cool. So that GCC actually just finished. So let's update our build. Did I? Smart. So for 32-bit smart. Smarter. We have this segmentation faulting, yeah. Okay. Did we had a comment for to do based on config? Do we have here ICE already? Smartest ICEs? So we need bash. Okay, let's see how much we have. Let's simply trial and error. Did this finally finish? 6 minutes. Yeah, I need a new installation. We fixed so many bugs. Maybe GCC is not in its most happy state here in this installation. Where did I even mount that here? So let's rsync all the just compiled stuff. And it's certainly a huge quality of life improvement. Only since today I finally set up, I mentioned that probably in the beginning, grub2 based network booting here. This is right now network booted because I wanted to debug the 8 gig memory allocation stuff, initialization stuff. Such a quality of life improvement, right? And that's where I want to get to the next years. We will totally build out here test infrastructure, rack, remote controlled power wiring, network booting, all this stuff. What I want to achieve the next years, automated and on the fingertip, without standing up, having all the stuff racked up there, and then just internal Nexus control stuff, run that on the system, powering up network booting and so on and so forth. I'm surprised Linux Foundation is not doing that, but probably only so much you can expect from 200 million in funding, which you probably want to subscribe here for all of our funding. But yeah, not a single. I mean, last summer or this summer, the system was not entirely stable. I wonder what that was. I got tons of checksum ECC system bus errors. Although, you know what? Maybe we didn't. Okay, maybe we are hiding that right now because we didn't probably load even the machine check exception cheetah or whatever, psycho or whatever module for this. Psychic, whatever. ASIC, probably LSPCI. Probably see that here in maybe Ethernet bridge. Yes. Nah, whatever. Maybe not. Okay, we don't have bash yet. That's unfortunate. Can't be long until we have bash. Somewhere here should be PCI bus. Where is even, should he not be? What was the name? Psycho, what even was? Jitsu? I think it was something with... maybe we didn't... I mean, that is the thing, right? If you ask other people, do you have this ECC system bus bit flip thing, and people, what are you talking about? It's like, and you only see that if you have the proper operating system module support stuff loaded, so you don't have problems if you don't see it, right? If you don't know that it's there. So more comments there. Why is this? Yeah, 0 frames. Next, I need a progress indicator in my build system. Amberlight SP label. I've seen a video on this model of server booting before. Tries checking flash file system prior to the memory error. Just curious. How many architectures does T2 support? All of them, some 30, nearly 30. We built 34 release architectures. That is from ARM to x86 over RISC-V, MIPS, and so on. And it's more because we built some multiple times. We built ARM64 for glibc and Musel, so ARM64 results in 2 builds. x86-64 2, so we built x86-64 glibc, Musel for testing purposes and minimalist fans, and also x32 for this higher performance pointer size reduced flavor. So x86-64 is already 3. SPARC we built 2 times. SPARC 64 we built 2 times for SPARC 64 32-bit user space for a slightly higher performance on these vintage systems, and SPARC 64-bit user space for mostly testing or otherwise fancy Niagara Falls epic Q-thread systems. Similar, we built PowerPC 64 2 times for similar 32-bit user space for making the most out of a P3, and Little Endian 64-bit user space for testing 64-bit, and Little Endian for latest and greatest Power 8 and later IBM P series. So with all those build variants, so it's like nearly 30, it's like 28 architectures, including AVR32 and Blackfin. Or maybe actually Blackfin I had disabled, Blackfin currently. So yeah, we could support more if I had not to disable Blackfin. A decade ago, Blackfin TI DSP support built, but somehow that is also broken. I didn't have the time to debug that yet. But the more you should like, subscribe, Patreon and YouTube Super thanks, the more I can fix and work on that. More people saying for the live streams, happy to hear that. Comments about ADA, not really. I didn't really use ADA, but certainly shout out for being more memory safe before Rust was invented, but otherwise didn't use it. But the language looks a little bit old-fashioned, which probably isn't a surprise given how much older it is. So this build's really long. All I need is, we built Bash. We can rsync that again. And hopefully soon see if GCC still segmentation faults. And maybe if we can, I mean, I will also improve automated testing in QEMU, so on latest and greatest build servers to automatically test that the resulting cross-compiled binaries are at least mostly working, more working than not working, so that we in the future do not release ISOs again where GCC is segmentation faulting. Okay, so now that works. So mount, bind, proc, this def, maybe temporary. So let's see. Okay, we need a test program, copy serve t2 misc archive hello c to here. Oh, you know what, let's copy Rust too. Okay, that works. That is slow, but works. Cool. So we made. Do we not have Rust? Do we not have Rust here? We're still building it. That explains the thing. So I guess it's fine. Let's see if, because I believe previously it would have already segmentation faulted. So vastly better optimized and not, yeah, LTO segmentation faults, I'm pretty sure. But LTO is not so, it's the performance and size difference for LTO is mostly neglectable. Let's build with optimization. Okay, so far so good. Let's LTO for small files might work. For complex stuff it breaks on SPARC. What else to test? Yeah, we could test the same for, you know what, let's fast. I mean, not that this is just for the stress testing. So yeah, that looks good. I guess we can. And yeah, obviously we would not want to do it manually, right? And also we want to do it in QEMU for not having to power this precious hardware up all the time. So, so yeah, that is SPARC 32 V8 Plus, total store ordering, Ultra SPARC stuff. Probably, I know what, that's not yet Ultra SPARC. Is it, what is it even on? ultra SPARC should this not include ultra SPARC stuff used? Okay, fine, whatever. I mean, we theoretically could test if, so that is, I guess we should have everything for 64-bit binaries, right? SPARC version 9, relaxed memory ordering, version 1, dynamic linked interpreter, stuff not stripped. Amazing. I'm so happy with this operating system. I cannot recommend it more. It even works on everything, nearly on my washing machine. I probably should purchase a washing machine with a microcontroller capable of running T2 to advertise. It runs on everything between ARM, x86 and my washing machine. Spoiler alert. Also, maybe I should disassemble my decade-old washing machine and see if there is a sufficiently powerful microcontroller in it. Anyway, that is a happy day. Another happy day, not only booted with 8 gigs of memory. Of course, I next need to debug that for real. Share, like, and subscribe for that. Probably, you know what I do now is I probably manually build the kernel and rsync. So that should be compatible because I literally built this kernel just an hour before the live stream. For this testing here, root at 7950X, SPARC 6042, 13.2.0 and stuff, so that should be compatible. That's the same configs and nearly identical. So I'm building this GCC 13.2.1 snapshot from the day before yesterday. But that anyway should be like famous last words. Is supposed to be compatible. Let's just load the CPU frequency scaling and potentially CPU chipset or machine check error reporting PCI chipset driver stuff. And check that we don't have. But yeah, it runs surprisingly well right now. I mean, it's even running like we're running on latest and greatest better FS with Luke's full disk encryption and stuff, right? So the root file system is actually full disk encrypted. The surf better FS partition is full disk encrypted. We are stressing this system. Hey, it's automatically using the best checksumming function with. Where is it? This performance number? Is it? It's not even benchmarking that? Okay, fine, whatever. Yeah, unfortunately with all the improvements, I really need to go through I mean, not only do I need to stack here better YouTube decoration with a nice wall of systems in the background, which I still didn't have time for, but unfortunately I also need to go through all my 20 systems and actually install the latest and greatest version. I mean, not only, I probably should do two things. I should set up network booting for all of them so that I can just power them on and they network boot. And I also need to actually, second of all, install the latest and greatest systems, because with all the rapid development and fixing every regression and bug I saw. Alright, this is change rule. Now I need to actually go through all systems because I'm currently running a T2 2012 from freaking 3 years ago, which explains probably why maybe, yeah, we probably could try, let's stress test this a little bit more, because only substitute for testing is more testing. Let's build btop that didn't terminate now with the new system and see if, as a final confirmation that the newly built system has this fixed. This system is also really busy. Oops. Yeah. So what do we need for that? We need to async more. Let's maybe better. I mean, it should be fine, but just precaution. The other thing how do we do that? On which partition? Okay, that's another partition. Maybe I unmounted because the last time I had some. I mean, okay, because Perl always fails, also need to debug. Do I have this on my to-do? That ah, darn, this failed for. But did it install so that only failed for initRD? That should have all the modules installed already. So it only failed because I did this manually in an otherwise incomplete build system. Let's delete the log file. So, because I was impatient and wanted to test the kernel. Let's rsync that. Is it the right directory? Should be. All I need are those kernel modules here. Also need motif. Okay, we have here significantly more stuff. As we thread rip through that, so we also need to copy that to modules to this currently running system. This is actually between two different fiber channel disks. So this UDF-ADM trigger, this should probably load some new modules. Oh, you know what? It just became quieter for some fan controller. Driver audio is already registered. Yeah. So hardware watchdog, memory controller, not sure what this, so yeah. Yeah, so this is also new regression, right? Some underlying access stuff. Actually the fence calmed down, interesting. Not sure what's this memory controller, maybe it's reporting the system bus ECC memory. Actually forgot that it became quieter, but yeah, now that I see that, yeah, there was a thing. So yeah, so far so good. What did we wanted? We wanted to. What more do we need for that build? Should this probably be enough to build BTOP? Guess so, huh? Just Arsen's latest stuff and then try. Def. So some things we need, otherwise like this in proc, otherwise stuff will randomly fail. Service over T2 source. Let's not mount tempfs because something is triggering. Something is triggering here. It's strange. At least Perl, breaking Perl with current working directory not found really. Right, I wanted to, so now that I say this, I wanted to put this on the to-do if I don't have it. Perl, no. Yeah, my to-do is getting too long. Share, like, and subscribe to support me working down all those observed issues. Perl, native Perl build fails with change root nodes. Get cd failed, strange stuff. I need to S-trace that another day. So, that should give us the T2 sources here. Let's delete this config because it doesn't match. It might be slightly different. Let's, also we don't have names. Oh, we don't have NVI, that's inconvenient. Because we didn't build it yet. Let's see if we have enough. Oh, wait, what? What have I done? Not serve. Not there. Did I delete that? I deleted that, right? Config emerge. Let's see if we can build Lua. As a quick test, how much does it work? Hey, so far no ECC errors yet. Lucas asks, how do I stay motivated? Your share, like, subscribe, and patronage keeps me motivated. But joking aside, I mean, not only running a company and having software to sell. I mean, what like, how do I stay motivated? Actually, fixing bugs or having my things working better every day, right? And creating the best. Also, why does this fail? We don't have curl yet, or what? Yeah, that is a thing. I mean, rsyncing in the running system should be fine, right? Famous. I mean, we shouldn't rsync into. Yeah, I mean, motivated, like, each year. I mean, the only thing that really annoys me is that other people upstream, like Linus Torvalds and its friends, like, constantly break and delete stuff. Like, we sit here and get stuff to work and other people only delete. I mean, it's neither runtime nor build time overhead if they don't build SPARC or don't run SPARC, right? But otherwise, like, having the best operating system for myself for 20 years already, and making it better every day, right? That keeps me motivated. And then, of course, family and friends. What do you need? I mean, the only thing that demotivates me a little bit is how much we destroy our planet with polluting the environment, mining and burning fossil fuels without any resolution for continuation of humanity in 100 or multiple 100 years inside. Yeah, I mean, there is the question is motivated in which way? For code, fixing bugs, or just live? Leave in the comments below. Lucas 222. Or why are you not motivated? Or where do we need motivation? Or something like that. So we need, what did we need? Curl, right? Did we build curl? In the meantime, curl? Oh no, we built curl. Okay, let's maybe do a dry run. Let's be professionals and do a dry run. Although that probably rsyncs too much? I mean, it's not that much. It's not that much, just want to check it shouldn't. I mean, same file system, it shouldn't. I mean, it might actually write something over. Let's better announce it. Don't want to ruin my running system too much right now. Of course, this will clobber our just edited etc resolve, but it is a small price to pay to actually have curl. Question there, need to port a Linux system that runs on a PowerPC 3264. I'm a newbie, need a CPU manual, 60-bit execution. Something you would do before starting the kernel. It depends what you need to set there. You would certainly at times set some stuff. Depends what exactly you need to do. Like really, Lucas says really bad, not like higher temps in winter. What precisely do you mean with that? Question there, do you need to do something besides the kernel dev conf? Don't know how to. It depends what embedded, what boards you even have there. I have no idea what you try to do. Can't answer without I know what. But probably better Google that or join our Patreon for one-to-one support questions. Bind mount dev. Change root in here again. Let's see if we now have enough to build Lua. So we're still stability testing, right? Stability testing the heck out of that. Okay, still no ECC errors. I mean, maybe it was just too hot or I was unlucky. I mean, it was quite reproducible for days that I had so many system bus ECC errors. I mean, it was probably over 30 degrees Celsius in the office that day. Actually, okay, it's very freaking late. Shit. What is currently mounted? The temp is mounted. Okay, let's see it. Oops. I don't have top. Cool. What was I just about to say? But thanks for answering. Looks like I just like what I'm doing. Yeah, for the most part. I mean, the only thing is I really hate constantly with all the 10,000 other Linux developers. It's a little bit like even Asahi, just got a note today that I should pronounce. How do they actually Google's it or another day, right? Asahi, probably Asahi, hopefully. Asahi, remember Asahi. Just like Asahi developer Hector Martin wrote the other day, like GDB being broken in Arch Linux for over 6 months or so, and then finding it's like I'm not the only one with experience, right? And so what I find actually shocking is that I'm constantly, like each day I find major bugs, right? glibc, PowerPC, ARM, RISC-V, UltraSPARC and stuff. That is the only thing, like, why with 10,000 developers and Linus Torvalds and all the billion evaluated companies of Oracle's Broken Linux, previously Red Hat and SUSE and stuff, why is this stuff not perfect? Why? But it's obviously management, right? The answer is because open source, I mean, it is amazing that we have it, especially for free, but like everyone just changes this, and I think the open source developers have developed a mindset. I think they followed the wrong development principle of some big figures like Linus Torvalds and maybe some others, but especially Linus Torvalds, for decades say, let's break shit, like we clean up and optimize stuff, and we are not afraid to break shit, right? Like constantly changing APIs, like so much breakage in the Linux kernel of constantly changing APIs. This argument was mostly not used, or even caching, restructuring and stuff, and so on. It's like, yeah, if you refactor stuff, like if you do agile, like basically it's agile development to the extreme, and basically proving that agile daily breaking development daily break stuff, right? And too few people, I mean, even x86 is broken, right? In some way, shapes and forms and different things. So 1 minute there, is it? I mean, we might have still had a background task, to be fair. Let's rebuild. Okay, so it's stable enough to be able to build that. That's amazing. Let's do the same for btop, just to stress test our C++ compiler. So yeah, I'm only saying like that each day I would be in such a different place in life, and maybe, I mean, that's different, right? Do you just want to have money on your bank account, or do you want to have an amazing Linux distribution? You apparently can't have both. And that is a sad thing, right? Even someone on Unix posted the other day, which mirrors my view precisely, and apparently already knew our channel and is a recurring viewer here, saying the development style of Linux, constantly breaking stuff and so on, ain't good. We would be in such a different world if for 20 years we wouldn't constantly break the stuff, but much like similar to Windows, hey, look at that performance is better. So we are back to 47. What was it for? Let's rebuild Bash just for the performance. We would, like, if we would, I'm not saying Windows is amazing. Obviously, Windows is a total low quality dumpster fire. But I think, in my opinion, the state of open source and desktop Linux would be so much better if for 20, yes, the Free Software Foundation is doing that for nearly 40 years. Linus is doing it for 30 years. If at least for 20 years, like after the initial decade or two of establishing stuff, would not constantly keep breaking APIs, drivers and architectures, and KDE and GNOME and desktop, if the GNOME desktop would not each major year would delete options that users loved and alienate users and so on, and break applications between Xorg and Wayland and stuff, and all the other surrounding complexities. Like if we much more, like if only we would break, like not like we all open source developers would break stuff half, stuff would be more than twice as good. I'm pretty sure. But that's not, unfortunately, the established mindset is not that, unfortunately. And that is rather sad. And that is why we constantly need to fix here silly glibc, Linux kernel. Like, people break stuff so often. We had to, like, no kidding, we had to fix this fiber channel controller, this popular fiber channel controller used in a lot of enterprise and data center and stuff. We had to fix it twice in just in my YouTube career, the last 3 years. We had to fix it twice. And the last bisecting uncovered more than one regression. So we've had to fix it twice and have 3 or 4 regressions just with this QLA fiber channel controller in this Sunblade. It's mind-blowing. Okay, let's skip WebKit for now. Still need to think what I do with that stuff. That's, yeah. Okay, Bash, what was the previous performance figure here for? I'm not bored. We want freaking workstations. So people probably commented stuff to our. Oh no, what GNU herd took over Linux would look like. Yeah, unfortunately not that much better. I mean, the GNU herd architecture is not the most amazing. Some interesting concepts, but C is not better. The Free Software Foundation obviously can't stable release regression-free glibc, and so on. So yeah, GNU herd would. I mean, it would be an interesting world if some L4-based microkernel would produce a much more high-level alternative system. That would be interesting. Wouldn't it, so there, comment there, wouldn't it become a stale pile of tech debt and hacks? But we have tech debts. Just keeping API stable is not tech debt. And I didn't say no, don't do it. I said 50%. I'm not even saying don't doing it at all. But I only said like 50. You like more organized. You don't need to daily change Linux kernel APIs. It is enough to do that monthly, or like if just more management style, like either each quarter, or like Linux previously did with. This was of course also mismanaged. Maybe Linus Torvalds is simply not a good manager, I have to say. Previously, decades ago, we had the stable series, right? Maybe the stable series done a little bit more organized and better, because the problem is we got away with this development because previously we had 2.0 to 1 development, to 2 stable, to 3 development, to 4 stable, to 5 development, to 6 stable, and then they haven't done it. Of course, it also had problems of the development series always being completely broken because nobody tested it. And then when it finally was stable, it still wasn't stable because nobody tested it. And then it took 9 point releases from 2.6.0 to 2.10, like maybe even 10 point releases, not 9, because even 2.6.9 had probably NFS and RISC corruption and whatnot. So is this also not ideal? Probably the stable series were too long also. And you also don't need to each day and week and month change APIs, right? Maybe document for, like collect for a quarter what APIs you want to change, and then do it in one series with one stable release series a year. Also more ABI compatible, like maybe even with like Windows, like Mac OS and Windows have stable kernel APIs, Linux hasn't. There is so much questionable stuff going on with big people promote that is a holy grail, which it shows, I would say, isn't. Okay, so performance is still not where it was, but yeah, we were on a debug kernel, so performance is similar to what we had previously. At least it works. Let's try for kicks and giggles. So I mean, neofetch is only installing a shell script. Let's do it anyway. And Dash says Kubernetes works by holding API for X versions with lots of warnings. Same with FFmpeg. Yeah, I'm only saying Linus Torvalds has not eaten wisdom, which was. I mean, Linus Torvalds is also only one human. Maybe, I mean, sure, he's not only dictating everything, but so that is the latest and greatest, right? T2 built today or yesterday, 2310 and stuff. The system already freaking up 2 hours. Amazing stuff, obviously. Still not crashed. By the way, do we have... Hey, we have freaking... Did I ever test audio on the system? I'm not sure if I ever tested audio on the system. Maybe I did though. Often I do it for kicks and giggles. Anyway, that is a new system, right? Is this my change route? Probably should be right. 13.2. Ah, yeah, right. This is a new snapshot compiler. Let's see if this compiler builds C++ better. Yeah, so I'm only saying Linus Torvalds is also not always right. He has his biased views of mostly. I mean, he nearly only has done Linux kernel, right? Maybe he should. Most people in the industry, like 99% people in the industry, and there are so many outstanding people everywhere, right? And even at Microsoft, I'm not even saying all people at Microsoft are stupid, right? I had one of my best friends working at Microsoft for a couple of years in total. Of course, there are super clever people at Microsoft, Apple. Unfortunately, not many, but at least some, or even more. But nobody listens to them. And most people in the industry, even I myself, I run a Linux distribution for 25 years, but I do this as a mostly hobby, except some hobby plus some projects. If you work at Volkswagen, Tesla, and SpaceX and need a proper system, don't delay. Contact us today, right? Kind of a hobby with some professional projects in between. Even I develop other stuff, right? Scan software, 500 scanner drivers, PDF software, OCR, just some things I in my company. One of the best Mac paperless office softwares for Macintosh, right? With 500 drivers for professional scanners from Fujitsu, Visioneer, Xerox, Kodak, Vision and stuff. And OCR, PF, like maybe Linus Torvalds should actually have some other industry experience and get some experience outside of his Linux kernel bubble, right? Maybe it would have even better for him if we would have continued maintaining Git and at least get some other regular experience. But maybe the problem, a lot of high-profile open source developers like him also are extremely biased because they work in those companies that, or the Linux Foundation or other companies where they just sit in their kernel bubble or compiler bubble at SUSE or Red Hat and never see nothing else and industry products or other sources and stuff. And this is why they do not get any feedback except flame wars on mailing lists when people are not happy. So it's probably a problem for some high-profile open source people who only do that open source thing and speak on conferences and have otherwise very limited outside feedback loop. So yeah, probably this is much better because previously, so the surprise 5 years live on this channel led to gazillions of bug fixes because previously I think this probably did not even terminate compiling the first files. So higher performance, newer compiler, hundreds of bugs fixed, or in over 5 years, thousands of bugs fixed here. Stuff updated. It looks way better because previously the other system did not finish. So yeah, I guess this will make a lot of people happy who want state-of-the-art, stable and high-performance Linux distribution for their precious Sun, IBM, SGI, MIPS, PowerPC, UltraSPARC systems for reduced instruction set, stable, reliable, dependable, and less hackable infrastructure. So do people Dash says they think more principled API changes would be enough. Modern software build systems so colorful, yeah. This is only Make, right? So modern software build systems and that being Make. Yes, some people freaking color the heck out of their Make stuff. This build surprisingly long. Can this be right? Oh, did we build with LTO? Did I switch this on for... Did I seriously switch on? Maybe did I? Did I really switch? Wait, this LTO is not on this build, is it? No. Also, we fully finished building that. Did I seriously? All right, we don't have. No, LTO is not on. Somehow. Yeah, somehow control. This is a change root thing. This is this always has been since I used Linux. This has something to do with personalities and like change routing between 64-bit and 32-bit personalities or whatever, or controlling TTI strange stuff. Why did this run a... Ah, you know why? Because I think... do we filter that? Maybe this make file has LTO in there because they want to optimize the heck out of it. Yeah, they run with FLTO too. Theoretically, this sucks a little bit, and also I wonder, do we not remove that? And that is a win-win, right? If you're wondering, why do I do this fancy stuff? Not only do I want my Linux distribution to support all reasonably sophisticated computer systems out there ever, I also find, like, looking at the different things, I find bugs that I would otherwise not necessarily notice so fast. I like always only like just building on x86 and everything works more often than not. So I would not necessarily notice such, or it's so fast I wouldn't even notice that, like, latest Ryzen is optimizing that in half a second or so. So, all right, I don't have an editor there. That is very clever. You know what? Let's async an editor. It's better you mount that again, and do we need, no, it's probably enough because I think the build finished, right? So we have all of the VI goodness for more testing. They don't owe anyone anything and might not be constrained by budgets, right? Schön, dass Ihnen der komplizierte Code gefällt. Dash asks boards with Super H nowadays. I don't know. The other board looks a little bit older, right? Probably over a decade old. But I believe there's a Super H FPGA implementation, right? So I think that's Super H open source, so you could synthesize that for your, I think they call it J-Core open processor, is some like SOC design. Probably should like subscribe, we have an FPGA here, right? So if you want that we synthesize this. I still have to finish this. I don't have any other RISC 32-bit RISC-V system. I only have 64-bit RISC-V systems. I still have on my to-do. I tested that already, previous video, even a quad-core that was spinal HDL also, I believe. Yeah, spinal HDL with whatever Rex with RISC-V. Also to test our 32-bit Linux stuff, right? Because the 64-bit processors don't have support to run 32-bit code. That is optional on RISC-V. So I still have on my to-do testing T2 on our FPGA with this open source implementation, and theoretically on some other FPGA day, maybe next summer or whatever, we could actually synthesize this J-Core open processor stuff for some open SOC design stuff and boot our Super H stuff there just for completeness and testing. So let's bind mount this back. Let's change root in here again. Let's test our VI, because we rsync this here over again. Okay, VI works. Pretty snappy, I have to say, from this fancy fiber channel disk. Right, this is wrong. Here we have that here. What did I want to... Alright, I wanted to check whether we have here any... Is this snappier? I mean, so this is way more optimized, right? With all the bugs and features and stuff like this GCC. So the last release build was not as optimized. So it actually, Vim feels a little bit snappier, to be honest. LTO, do we? LTO. So we only, so because we have here, so yeah, we don't force remove LTO stuff. So do we have here? So which cases do we have? We have, actually Vim feels way snappier in this latest build. Like 2023, Vim feels syntax highlighting and editing is on a dual, like 2023, you need a dual processor, 8 gigs of memory for a snappy Vim syntax highlighting experience. Okay. So we have, why would we not always do that? So we have, what code passes do we have? We want LTO, so basically, why do I not always do that? Can we not? Okay, we want LTO and disabled by the package. Maybe we should. Because the thing is, why did I even, I remember I refactored it, but it's still not perfect. I did not really, maybe I should make actually code flow diagram here. So basically, what do we really want? We want LTO is enabled. And I mean, okay, maybe I overcomplicated that in buggy not fully working RISC because of this bloody warning here. Because probably I wanted a warning explicitly for that is being, so that is another code pass. Otherwise, if it were not for this, so if it wouldn't be for the warning, it would be if LTO is enabled and not has flag LTO, then enable, what do we have here? I mean, we could also simply always remove it, right? Like, why do we only... Alright, maybe because... because in... is this a complex mess? The problem is that a package might disable it and still internally use LTO, like Firefox. Okay, but we would still... what a complex mess. We have so many use cases, so many different code passes. So we cannot just always remove it because that would break packages that... how do we do that here? I mean, we could basically change no LTO, like leave it alone. Like, don't mess with it. And then the package either doesn't do it or does it themselves. And so I mean, okay, let's reset that. Is there some quick fix for that? So this is, I mean, we anyway, okay, a quick fix that should probably not, famous last word, break so much, is if LTO, oh no, this also doesn't even fix it. So basically we want to remove that also. So by the way, strangely, this triggers me a little bit. The readability of that triggers me a little bit. So this is this is LTO. User wants LTO, and this is disable the one. Oh wait, this is already double checking here. Okay, this was already wrongly, so this is already 1 and 1 here. So this is already 1 check too many. So this previously probably was different here. I just realized. It's funny that for LTO enabled we remove it just to set our own things anyway, because they might differ. So between Clang and so basically what we should do is unfortunately test it twice, but oops, it is what it is. If has flag, if not leave LTO alone, then remove it. And then so unless it's, so if no LTO, like don't touch LTO Linux kernel, so no LTO. If not marked, leave LTO alone, remove that. And then if it's enabled, either inform, like either no LTO, do nothing further, inform the user, and otherwise do the compiler specific things. I usually avoid double checking, but I think it's more readable to, yeah, that was previously double checking here. Did I buy? Oh no, this did not finish compiling. Let's emerge that again, just to, yeah, building something exceptional, random, exotic, fix some more random code passes. still need to test it. So did we default to smartest, by the way? Ah, smartest is the default. What do I have here in IA60? Ah, wait, if this is already, why do I? Probably I didn't quite know that. Did I? What did I have there previously? Ah, nothing. So the last I built already smartest, apparently, maybe. All right, maybe I had there for testing. Okay, maybe I should. Did I not build those verbose? Alright, we don't have B2. Ah, I built it verbose, it just took shortly to compute. So all those builds, these are by the way the build flavor and variants here. Probably need to check if Super H LTO works then, but maybe not. The question is also if Super H, we built this yesterday or so, right? Okay, it's, don't really need to commit this yet, too much random stuff. Okay, interesting, without LTO it indeed compiles freaking, oh no, it just finished. Yeah, it builds. For the difference with LTO, it just pre-compiles the stuff and doesn't fully optimize it and stuff. So the single object build takes longer, but the final link is way shorter because otherwise with LTO, the final link then just optimizes everything and stuff. So yeah, I guess that is here some fix because previously it didn't. What was it, over 3 minutes, right, or whatever? It didn't. GCC didn't terminate, I guess, on the first files already. So. Yep, that's some progress. And so far, it is really stable. I guess that is mostly it. Amazing that so many people tuned in and liked it already. I hope you enjoyed this and learned something. Is this shell scripting? Yeah, it's shell scripting and it's a little bit of everything. Shell scripting. Theoretically, so if we wanna, do I have the Linux kernel somewhere? So theoretically the SPARC code would be, what we would need to debug here is either somewhere here or so. Where was it even? So what is somehow going wrong here? Otherwise, this is either here init64 or was it this one here? So in one of those files is some kind of bug. Hey, David S. Miller has written. Oh, right, this is. So yeah, somewhere here. We would otherwise need to debug this. We will do that soon. As I mentioned, don't forget to subscribe. Somewhere here, some memory allocation, zone generation, creation, setup, or whatever, something like. Yeah, let's finish that to have BTOP finally on this SPARC station. Theoretically, do I have... probably not. Oh, do I have some audio file here? No. Here are some flags. What was IP address? I think, was it 113? Let's not. It probably has a public. Probably has a globally routed IPv6 address. Always need to be careful not to publish globally routed IP6 addresses here. No. Speaking of which. Yeah, let me just. No, 113 did I? Should work. Ah, right. This is not. This is why. So where's the headphone jack? All right, here is some audio board there. Yeah, I need to have. Need some light to see the labels. Other workstation vendors would also put them in the front. So the first, let's hope I don't destroy my precious Sony vintage. I wonder if that is the first time ever someone plugged in a headphone in this old Sun. Holy Unix workstations were not known to be used for audiophile goodness, but leave in the comments below. Oops. Hello, what have I done now? Why? What did I press? I probably pressed some scroll lock. What is? Somehow I scroll locked it. Thank you very much. Wait, why is this? No file system. I guess I didn't scroll lock it. I have the feeling this hangs here now. Maybe the fiber channel disk resets. The main one is not. Okay, this build completed in 7 minutes. So far, so good. I have the feeling the root should somehow. I have the feeling this fiber channel disk is not happy. Where did I mount it there? Doesn't lock anything yet, so strange. Where did I rsync this now? Ah, MNT. Ah. What is going on here with my I/O subsystem? We had a nice uptime. I'm not really sure what broke that now. MNT, where did I have this mounted? It finished rsyncing that, so. What is borked here? Ironically, it happened when I plugged in the headphone. Maybe don't plug a headphone into your Unix workstation. Okay, no audio on this boot. That is unfortunate. I'm a little bit perplexed that this rsynced otherwise. But whatever, I guess. I guess that's it then for this video. Otherwise, it worked until now. That is a little bit strange. But it is what it is. All right, we have a serial console here. Somewhere. A Blade Runner here. Cool, now we locked it too. It must be the... I mean, it can only be the fiber channel controller, right? It's of course unfortunate now. This is strange. Do I not have etc profile change route MNT? Where did I have this mounted? This should come from the second new drive. Strange. That's unfortunate. Okay, then you get to see, actually I could, let's boot one more time. Let's plug in the headphone again. I hope is this alright? Yeah, dear high performance Unix workstation vendors, please, future workstations, headphone jack in the front. Huge quality of life improvement. Do we still have 0 drop frames? Yep, so grub2 over netboot. Need to be, I think I had it fully configured to fully boot. In the new boot, this is patched, right? Future T2 will only output grub, previous video, for x86 EFI BIOS things. I believe that should boot like that. So it's still using local storage for my otherwise local installation. Goodness. So it prints a little bit slow, right? Normally it would print faster. That is 9600 baud serial console because I wanted to debug this memory stuff. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe for that session another month. Oh, do I have the keyboard in? Oh, I have the keyboard in. I really wonder, I mean, there was nothing in the kernel. DMS log output stuff. Yeah, so this underline access stuff is also new, that previously wasn't there. How long do we live stream today? Oh, of course, 2 hours was over. I slightly wonder where we copied that file though. Or maybe we really copied that in memory and it didn't flush to disk. No, it works. Strange stuff. Yeah, probably disk. I mean, the only logical explanation is disk stuff on this. Yeah, it's strange what it is. I mean, they are both on the same. Yeah, they are on the same fiber channel loop. Maybe the freaking disk crashed. Yeah, the one disk sucks. I need to get it out. I probably only left it in because I had my installed system on there, and probably I wanted this so much more improved T2 build finally on there. That's the only reason why this fiber channel drive is still in there, I guess. Hello? No? Okay, that didn't last long. Oh, maybe audio access. You know what? 2023. The audio driver killed the machine. Seriously. Seriously. Single address space. Single namespace of trust. That is unfortunate. Apparently, maybe. Yeah, so another bug for the list of bugs. Okay, don't try to use audio. Ironically, on the Ultra SPARC 5, on many other systems I tried, usually this worked. But yeah, then I guess no audio. We could try this one more time. But yeah, so much to... Which do I still have here? No, I don't. Cool, another entry to my... So somewhere I have here P3 or whatever, right? Sun, late 1K. Audio. Kernel bit log. Yeah, not only memory management, memory initialization, memory management difficult, especially in C. Apparently writing bug-free kernel in 30 years also. Rocket science, working theme here. Yeah. Ironically, on the HPPA RISC, I mean, I can plug in a, if I wanted to have audio, I could plug in a USB personal DAC stuff, Bluetooth dongle, but that's not the point. I just wanted to check. The irony is on the HPPA RISC, I believe that worked. Did I? I think this is put it like this, right? On many other, ironically on the HPPA RISC systems I got the last years, it mostly worked. On the Sun system so far it usually actually worked. Yeah, crazy. But that's another working theme here. You don't want a single address space, single memory process space, address space, execution space of trust. In 2023, in a sophisticated operating system, in my opinion, a human interface device like a USB keyboard, USB thumb drive, or the built-in sound card, of course, should not deadlock your kernel. But what do I know about operating system development and stuff? When the Linux kernel developers tell you microkernel is evil, then probably so it must be. Question there, 19-year-old beginner in a bad college, 8 hours a day. So I have to say, I mean, many people, even big influencers who sail the world, like sailing La Vagabond or so, famous YouTubers there that I at times watch, even they, with their gorgeous life of, I would say, near millionaire life of sailing the world in amazing yachts, even they apparently at times, as seen on YouTube, depressed, and certainly we all struggle with mental health through this pandemic, through war times, through bugs and deadlocking operating systems. I mostly would say make the most of what you currently can, and for your future probably try, like, don't be depressed that this college is not the best. I would recommend to finish that as best as you can with, even if you don't learn the most, get the best grades or scores or whatever for your future, and look forward to the next best things to achieve after that or so, and maybe in your spare free time do the things you're the most interested in or so. Would probably buy my 2 cents to this very difficult kind of questions, and I'm not a trained mental health professional. But I hope that helps you. There will be better times. Make the most out of it, what you can do today for an even better future or so. Leave in the comments below if that helps, or if other people have more better tips or so. Absolutely crazy. Which driver was it? Proc. So that is a Sun CS23. I mean, it can only be that, right? Do we have... Oh wait, no, this file is 0. Oh no, maybe it was not the sound card. Maybe it is some SCP here. Wow. Do we have crypt set up? No. Ah, shit, crypt. Okay, maybe I take this back. Maybe the sound driver is not deadlocking that. Let's write it to the other. Maybe it's really the shitty fiber channel drive like I initially thought. Luke's open def vg0. Oh gosh, what did I? So that is root to... Oh no, not... Oh, root to root. So this is normally automatic, right? Just it's not in my FS tab, which is why. Or did I? Or maybe this is just better with def vg0 root to... Where did I mount that? MNT or so? Ah, but there the file is on. Then let's, so that is a, which system is that? Then let's bind mount that. But to the question there, want to be with me, I'm not the most successful, right? If you, but I mean, what defines success? Maybe I'm quite successful for having maintaining a Linux distribution for more architectures than most others. I only meant it because most people manage success with dollar amount on the bank accounts. The question then is, however, are you the most happy and successful with the most dollar accounts on your bank account? Just look no further than Donald Trump or Elon Musk. I would say no. So given from that, maybe I'm more successful than Donald Trump or Elon Musk. Comment below, shall I subscribe? and I'm happy that people enjoy this. So let's give this one more try and then I go home. This. So that should be, so that is the other, what I even want sourcing stupid files. So, okay, it's not yet deadlocked. Oh, this works. It has a speaker. Can you believe? I didn't know that this workstation has a freaking speaker. Amazing. So it probably was a freaking fiber channel disk. Ah, shit. Okay, the speaker does not mute when you plug in a headset. Interesting. Ah, wait, no. Shit. This was wrong. Darn it. No, I did something wrong. I wanted to... Where's the speaker headphone? Like, so now I are-synced something on the other. It's of course no fatal. That is not defined. I freshly are-synced this, right? Yeah, that somehow, I probably should optimize this grep stuff here. Somehow this takes too long. I don't like that this takes so long. Let's hope this... Oh, okay, this did not yet deadlock. It's probably the fiber channel drive. Probably, most likely. Yeah, it takes too long. Yes. This is not... Ah, we have FC. Prefer that anyway. So what did I want to do? All right, tmux. Okay, that works. So headphone works. Does this have... Ah, yes, mono out. Okay, that is a speaker. It's of course not ideal. It should be labeled speaker, not mono out. So yeah, I can start my audiophile workstation evening. I hope you enjoyed to learn something. Other stuff appears to work. Probably we can be very happy with the result of the system now finally booting with 8 gigs of memory, having it more optimized, more stuff working. I hope you enjoyed this as usual. Don't forget maybe to subscribe, membership, Patreon, and I hope to see you soon for all the next fun stuff to come. Question there though, do you think Security Plus is a... I've never heard of Security Plus. What is that? Currently works on IT support. Try to find out what motivates you and makes you happy. You always have a future no matter. So you probably comment on the other comment before. Being here shows that you're well on your way. College doesn't define you. Comp TI Sec Plus. I have no idea what that is. I have not heard about it. A lot of, if that is some certification organization, some of them are good, many of them are not so good. If people watch this later, comment recommendations below. See you next time.